That's the Jordan bacon as I live and breathe, bringing home the bacon with a hot, tasty, smoky new listing. I promise, Jordan, before I hand it over to you, that is the last of my bacon related puns out the way in the first 10 seconds. So it's all business from here on. But Jordan, thanks for coming on, mate. I know we've not got too long, so I want to jump straight into this. You've got your first listing.
I have. I have. Buzzing about it. Buzzing about it, yeah.
Mate, that's unbelievable. Like, I just wanted to isolate this moment in time, right? Because your first couple of weeks in business turn into your first couple of months in a blink of an eye, then the first couple of years in a couple of blinks of the eye. And you look back and you forget the journey, the progress, and how it all started and the steps that you took. So I think it's well worth just kind of having a chat and kind of breaking down really this moment in time that you're in and where that listing came from. So, Jordan, let me just put the spotlight on you, mate. We're obviously early stages. Where are things up to with your listing? Is it on the market? Where did it come from? Like, debrief me.
Yeah, so it goes live tonight. Everything is now ready for it. Basically, I was very lucky, if I'm honest. My friends put their property on the market in October, and by October time, I decided I was going to become self-employed. It was just kind of going the next steps and getting there really. So I just said to myself, look, if it's still in the market when I do launch, I'll sell it for you. And they said, yeah, no, that's fine. And then, months and months passed and it came to February time when I did launch and it was still there. They actually had no luck with their agent anyway. I think they had 2 viewings in that whole time and not a lot of contact from them. So I just went round, I kind of gave them the down low of everything and that was it. So I told them to take off the market. I said, look, take off the market. You're out of your contract now. Let it give them time to kind of refresh the buyers. So it's not just as if I'm going to stick it on the right move next day. So it actually looks like a new property when it does go live. So we've done all the photos and details, set the pre-market launch out on Monday, and then I've got everything ready for tonight to go live with it.
That's absolutely phenomenal. And I think that that's, because one thing that people are often scared about when they set up their own agency, understandably, is where the hell are the customers going to come from, especially like, the first couple, because it's kind of like,
Yeah,
how do I get out the traps and how do I start getting some momentum? But that is the most obvious and I think like the most sensible way to start looking at building your portfolio because people that local connections you've got, friends, family, ex-colleagues, friends of friends, those people that are in your inner circle, so to speak, are people that are really going to want to see you do well. So therefore, a lot of the normal barriers that you might expect to encounter are kind of stripped away. So it makes sense to go
yeah.
through your phone book, right? And see who
Oh,
is it,
definitely.
who's going to help.
Oh, definitely, 100%. I mean, I obviously there's nothing in cement yet, but I've got a few others that possibly are looking to sell or possibly looking to buy in the next kind of coming futures, and obviously they've all kind of said to me, I'll come to yourself. So it's all good, and that's what it is. That's what estate agency is. It's relationship building. The relationships you have, they create the business, and then you kind of go from there. And obviously, the better the relationship you build, the more and better service the customer gets, and it comes like a loop for you, really.
Couldn't agree more, Jordan. Let's dig into that a little bit, just to touch on it. You've been another strategy you've been exploring as much as kind of exploring the contacts that you know personally. You've been sending out some direct mail letters, and like you say, you're yet to see the fruits of that labor, but you've got one or two irons in the fire, so to speak. So just talk me through what you've sent, the conversations you've had, and how things are looking on the unconverted prospects, let's say, at the moment.
Yeah, so I've actually had some really good conversations with people and some really interesting ones actually. And I'm doing it again today actually. So when my first kind of couple of weeks, I'll send out. I was actually sending out a card to them, and it was very much please give me a call regarding your property. Kind of regards John. Now, obviously, you get a lot of rejections. You get a lot of people just ignoring you, but there was that one or two people that did give you a call, and they were generally interested about me and what I did, and it was a bit of a like stab in the heart, really, because it was always, God, if I knew about you 3 4 months ago, I would have come with you, which is great, but it's not 3 4 months ago. But it's them conversations, and a lot of them. I know there was a couple of them gave me a call, and it's look, we're giving the agent a good shot, but you're the next to call it if nothing happens, which is great. now today I'm following up on that because it was about three. It would have been about 3 weeks ago now. I sent my first ones out. I'm actually sending them a full-on letter where it's kind of introducing myself, introducing my service, why I've gone self-employed, and just not a hard seller, not what I'm going to do, because I don't want to give it all in a letter. I want to create that conversation. So it's, this is sort of the thing I can do. Please give me a call if you want to speak about in detail. So I'm sending that out to all the people I sent the original card out to 3 weeks ago, and then I'll kind of follow up again in another 3 weeks with again something different. So it's not. I didn't want to create the repetitive thing where it's just as if I wrote out all these cards all at once, and I'm just kind of sending them out at different times. So I'm showing, the effort that I'm going to put into it, and then the third time I'll do something different. I might even get a door knock them. I'll wait and see where we go from there.
So this is the thing, mate. It's the follow-on strategy, because the bottom line is that they've got a note from you asking to give you a call, and they know you're an estate agent. You've picked up the phone, you've had a conversation. Even if they're not ready in their mind to move away from their agent, they've been quite happy with the service. They've not been on the market too long. The contract is still very much, running. They're not out of the initial period or whatever. Like the fact that they've took the trouble to pick up the phone to have a conversation with you. And I know a couple of people that you've spoke to have been very supportive and kind of recommending you and being very welcoming, although they've not signed up with you yet. And this is the key. Like I think as salespeople, there can sometimes be that tendency to think, oh, well, they're not ready to convert. They're not signing up, on to the next one. And of course, you need to continue to plant those other seeds, but it's important that you nurture those people that have taken the time to come back to you. So sending them that awesome video that you've just done on the listing that you've got and said, oh, what do you think? We've just brought this one onto the market. What do you think of the video? Can I get your opinion? As another seller and potentially a future buyer, I'd love to get your feedback on this marketing. Bringing them into the conversation, but inadvertently showing them, look what I can do. Look what I can do for you. People are going to connect the dots and realize, actually, do you know what? Over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks, I've spoke to this Jordan lad more times than I spoke to my own agent, and I'm paying them a bloody fee if they sell it. And then that's how you start to get more of the conversions, by keeping the energy high and keeping those contact points frequent. So that's amazing, mate. And back to the listing that you have got. You've just done your first video, right? So talk me through how that all came together, because that is awesome. And guys, I'll link it in the notes or in the comments around this video or podcast if you want to check it out.
Yeah, so I mean, the actual funny thing about this listing, actually, like I said, that they went on in October, and from October to February they had 2 viewings, and I haven't even put that property live yet, and I've already done 2 viewings on it, just from the pre-market launch, which was just mega. But yeah, the video, I've seen a lot of things. Obviously, you see, you have the standards marketing that you put pictures on Rightmove, great. But I started this, and I always started thinking I want to be different, and I want to show that little bit of difference. And a lot of people know the area that when you live in it. So Bridlington and East Riding of Yorkshire, it's great, but most people only know of it because they live there. So I've got an intro video of kind of introducing the town, where it is, what's so good about it, and then it links into the property, and it's a video tour. And I've seen so many different types of video tours, and it just, I got my mate literally just grabbed my phone and thought, let's just do this. We'll see what happens. He actually just did it freehand, so bless him. I actually shout out to him because he kept it real steady. And I edited it all last night. It all just came together mega. And I cannot wait for tonight to put it on, because it's just going to be great.
Mate, and I'm glad that you're excited, because it is an awesome video. I think one thing that I've noticed as I've got to know you over the last couple of months is you've got you've got a good energy and quite a witty little personality, and I think it comes across really well on that video. It's only a little 2-minute clip, and some of that's talking about the local area, the fish and chip shop, but the way that you integrated the location, the local businesses with the guy's property was absolutely incredible, mate. I think you did a good job. And one thing that I get asked a lot about, Jordan, is video, because obviously I've kind of built my business from doing videos, so that's what a lot of people know me for. But I think sometimes people overcomplicate it, and I think that for the finished product that you've got, to say that was just you and your mate, you didn't have a clue what I was doing, just recording it on an iPhone, and you've done it on some app that you've got on your phone and pieced it all together, mate, that just highlights how low the barrier to entry is and how good a content you can produce just with one of these things. So, mate, that's incredible.
Yeah, well, obviously, you saw my launch video, and a lot of people have saw. I got such a massive response from the launch video. I
Yeah,
thought it was mega. I
yeah.
actually got a valuation because of the launch video. It was, when I sat down, they was like, "Look, you're only here because we saw your launch video," and they just thought it was so good. And I just thought, well, if that was the response from that, what if I carry on that sort of theme and bring it to the marketing, I was like, it's going to get a massive response just for the property, and hopefully for me, so people will see it. Oh, well, e-market's a bit different, so let's and hopefully we can carry it on.
Right, absolutely. And I think, going back to what I said before, like you've got a quirky little personality, mate. I mean that as the biggest compliment ever. And I think that video was a really good way to convey it and give people an insight into who you are. But look, mate, I did say that the bacon puns are over in the first 10 seconds, but I need to wrap up by saying you're absolutely cooking on gas, mate. So I look forward I look forward to seeing the business grow over the coming weeks and months, mate. And it's a real pleasure working with you, mate. Wish you every success because you deserve it.
No, thank you so much. I look forward to building it. It's exciting, and I never thought I'd be at this point within a month. So I can't wait to see what the rest brings. Really.
Good man. And peeking over your shoulder, I can see those beautiful turquoise blue boards peeking through. I can see the name in the back. They're looking awesome as
Oh
well. Our
yeah.
face on the board, so they'll be popping up all over town soon, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Good man.
I've already had a few comments about it. I seen your face. I was like, great.
Mate, it's powerful. They like it. I was having this
Yeah,
chat with an agent a couple of days ago. He was saying, "Do I have to put a face on my board?" It's a guy who's going to be starting up soon. It's like you don't have to. It's your choice. It's your business. But it's like a little billboard. Like imagine if an advertising company came to you and said, "Jordan, I can see you've set up a business. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 50 little billboards all over town. You can put your face on there. It's free. Don't worry. I just
yeah.
want to see you jump at the opportunity. So why not do it on your for sale board? Because that's effectively what it is, right? A billboard."
100%. And there's a sense of pride. I actually drove past my board the other day. Not willingly. I wasn't going there on purpose. It was a detour actually, to get to somewhere, and I saw it. I went, yeah, all right. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll
Mate,
see
it's
more of that
mega.
happening.
It's a totally different experience to when you've got a board up for an employer in it. Like when you see, like,
Yeah,
I designed that, that's my color scheme, that's my face, that's
yeah.
my name. Like, there's something I always remember, mate. Like, we had when I got one of my first listings, it was actually at a property that was round the corner from a little girl's nursery. And I know you've not got kids, but they have like this app, so that they send updates from the children and what they've been up to and the pictures they drew and
Yeah.
where they've been playing, and they send it to the parents. And they said Esme saw Daddy's board on the way home and made the whole nursery across the road so she could see it. And they sent me a
Oh,
picture of Esme, my little girl, like that at the board, like pointing at my face. And mate, it's like those little moments are just like
yeah.
unbelievable. It just fills you with pride, doesn't it? So yeah, all to come, Jordan.
Yeah, certainly is. Certainly is very exciting.
Good man. Right, mate. Well, thanks for jumping on today. Again, a quick
All
chat,
right.
but good to kind of freeze that moment in time and get that insight. And congratulations on a brilliant start.
Yeah. Cheers, Ben. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. See you soon.
Bye bye.